Hey guys, this is Untitled here with a Let's Play of Limbo that should probably be out of the blue. I'm not sure if I'm going to put this before or like in the middle of the Pokemon Let's Play, but I feel like I needed a break from that game, and Limbo was free on Steam, and it's a game I really love a lot, and it's been so long since I played it, so I thought, why not? And what I'm going to try to do, there's an achievement in the game to beat it in one sitting and only die 5 times. I think I remember the puzzles enough that I could have a shot at that. So I've got my double cup of coffee, some water, and a bunch of free space on my hard drive, so let's get into it and hope we can do it. So Limbo is a very atmospheric game. So very often during this, I'm probably just gonna be quiet for a long time. Also, that's an achievement for getting those. There's like a bunch of eggs you can find too for achievements, but if I'm trying to get this 5 death thing, I probably won't go for them. But yeah, there might be. That's why I'm thinking this 3 hour getting the recording all done in one shot could actually work. Is just because a lot of this game is just taking in the scenery and appreciating it. Like there's no music, the art style is very simplistic. That's one reason why I really like it. It's just beautiful in its simplicity. Also, I really thought I was gonna miss that jump. At its core, though, Limbo is a puzzle game, so the replayability is a lot of it is taken away by that, but still I feel like it has the replayability of a movie in that sort of sense, because you see a lot of things you don't see the first time, but it's nothing new. But it's just, even though how simplistic it is, it's just such a beautiful game. Like scenes like this that just really key you in to, even though by talking over it I'm kind of ruining the atmosphere, but scenes like this just really key you in to the lack of game music and then the ambient sound, which the sound in the game is done very well. It's very simplistic. It's very everything's very minimalist, and I think Limbo does this very well. It realizes that you don't need to be over the top and have too much to create a beautiful atmosphere in a game and to give a game character. Limbo 2 was one of my first ventures into real gaming. And by that I mean outside of a Nintendo console. I'd never played anything with grit or with violence or anything. So Limbo was my first step into this. I believe we're able to just... Okay. And see, they do the puzzles very nicely like that. It's you can tell the second time through when you see it, the puzzles within there. The puzzle is the atmosphere itself. It has an interesting way of having those two aspects of the game overlap very nicely. Yeah, I really don't realistically think I'll get this 5 death achievement, especially me dying this early. But it's just a little peace of mind kind of thing. I can hope, I can dream. Yeah. And I could go back and play through the early parts of the game now, but it's not about that. It's just about showing off the game. And also showing off how bad my platforming skills have devolved. Yeah. If that's like the simplest like thing I have to remember to react to get to not die 3 more times in the next like 2.5 hours, I would be fine. But I have a feeling from what I remember, there's a lot stiffer puzzles than that. If I remember correctly, there's another egg up around here. It's crazy the things you remember. Like, um, this is the very first game I played on my Xbox, and I think I got that like about 6 years ago. So all of this is going from like way back memory. Okay, and it looks like I need a little bit more height. Just be a little bit more patient on getting momentum. I think that should do it. Nice. Okay, we can't go that way. Yeah. So then that should give us passage across the lake, and then I believe, right, yeah, see there's the little egg that we're looking for the achievement. I guess if I've sort of accepted that I'm not getting the 5 deaths thing, I should probably just pick up these and see how many of them I can get and remember. Altitude is attitude. Now how do I get down here quickly without causing too much trouble? Alright, and I'm having a little bit of frame rate drops, but I should be fine. I think I should be able to just drop over here. Yeah. Alright, I think we should be free to fall down. I don't think we need the crate anymore, I think we just need to push this out. Has not fallen yet. One more. I'm getting a little antsy because I think I remember what to do. Okay. Now that sounds like the correct sound. Also this and I need to jump over this. This minimalist style of the game like opens it for more like for different types of puzzles, like that one, listening for the sound of the trap dropping. That's not something you would hear or at least pick up on amongst like tons of layers of like really upbeat music or something. Okay, I need to move the trap back a little bit after I set him off. And it's gonna be like a classic Zelda boss. We need to do it 3 times. Or is 2 gonna suffice that we know it? Okay, the 3rd one's a little bit faster. That is classic Zelda boss formula. You do something twice and then it's mixed up a little bit and you have to do it 1 more time. So the spider is no longer impeding our progress. And we can keep on keeping on. I'm always very wary of this running into not knowing. Speaking of walking into the not knowing. looks like we've become tangled up in this awful situation. I'm so sorry. I had to use the pun. It's in my nature. If I remember correctly, the jumps in this part are very just like wonky because of the weird like momentum you have and the weird button presses with being in the cocoon. Or maybe I was just so much worse of a video game player back then, only a mere 6 years ago. I would assume we're gonna push this forward and then that tree branch is gonna fall on us. It really is like watching a movie for the second time. Like, you can see like future events coming much more easily. I guess it's just like any puzzle game the second time. But like because of such of its like cinematic feel, I like to equate it more to something more akin to like a movie. Okay, I don't know if we need to speed this up a little bit because of the chase of the spider. I'm just gonna be careful to an extent. Looks like we're finally free at last. Free at last? Except for this slug on our head. Or whatever it might be. And if you haven't realized already by the very dark atmosphere we're in, this is also a very dark game. There's a lot of like unwritten story in this game. We'll get more to that when we get to the end of the game. But from what I understand, the basic concept is the boy, I don't think he has any official name or anything, is stuck in limbo, and this is what limbo is like. Limbo's, I don't know if it's a distinctly Catholic idea, but it's the idea that it would be more akin to the Catholic idea of purgatory, that like a middle ground between heaven and hell, where like the undecided go, or people who need to atone for their sins. I think that's like the basic story here, if you don't look too far into it. Which this game does lack in story, but I feel like the atmosphere and also the story you can place into it yourself makes up for that. It's a very like interpretive game too. Like when I say there's explanations for the ending, it's really one of those things where like you can interpret it however you want. Just move on by it, yeah. Come on. I just want to be your friend. This poor little boy, all he just wants is a friend.